Hi, I'm Rachel from Gentle Frog. In today's video of QuickBooks training, we'll talk about how to issue credit memos and refunds for clients using QuickBooks Desktop. In this example, I'm using QuickBooks Desktop 2017. I want to show you how to create an invoice, create a credit memo, and then refund that credit memo just in case it comes up. So I'll start by creating an invoice. So I'm going to make this invoice for sample customer. This is our sample QuickBooks file, so we're just going to be living in the future. In the item list, let's say we sell them some blueprints. We're going to sell them one blueprint. We're going to make it $99. I'm going to change the tax from non-taxable to taxable. So now at the bottom of our screen we can see we've sold blueprints for $99. We apparently are in San Thomas, and that our balance due to the customer is $106.67. So I'm going to say save and close. Now we'll pretend that the client has paid for those blueprints. So we're going to select receive payments in the middle of our screen. And then where do we receive it from? It came from sample customer. How much did they pay? They paid $106.67. They paid with check number 123. So I've got all this, and I'll say save and close. Now I want you to pretend that it's in the future and sample customer has returned those blueprints and we've decided to refund their money to them. I want to show you how to take care of that. So I'm going to go to the top of the screen. I'm going to go to customers, and then I'm going to go down to create credit memos refunds. For customer, I'm going to select sample customer. I'm going to leave the date as the default date because this is just a video for training. The question is what am I refunding? And I'm refunding blueprints. How many am I refunding? I'm refunding one of them. How much am I refunding? I'm refunding $99 per blueprint. Because when I originally invoiced it, I charged sales tax. I want to refund them including the sales tax. So I'm going to toggle tax from non-taxable to taxable. So now I can see that the total is $106.67. So I'm going to go and click Save and Close on the bottom of my screen. This is going to bring a window asking me what I'd like to do with this credit. Well, they've already paid the invoice, so I don't want to reply the credit to an invoice because the invoice is paid. And I don't want to retain it on file in case they buy from me again. I just want to send them a check. So in that case, I'm going to click the circle in the middle that says Give a Refund. I'll click on OK, and it'll take me to the place where I can write the check. The check is going to sample customer. The refund amount is $106.67. The checking account it's coming out of, in my sample file, I have one checking account, so that's easy. Ending balance for my checking account, any memo I want to write. And then I can either say to be printed if I'm going to print this on check paper, or I can uncheck to be printed, and I can write in the check number for the checkbook that I have on my desk. And so we'll say it's check number 234. Once I'm satisfied, I can click OK. And now the credit memo has been refunded. So when I look at sample customer, if I click on customers, so when I look at sample customer, there at the top of my list, I can see that the invoice for $106.67, the payment, the credit memo, and the refund check. And all that's left owing is this other $107.75. Let me show you a second example just in case you need it. So I'm going to pick sample customer again, and I'm going to sell them blueprints. I'm going to sell them one, and this one will be $199. And I don't care about the tax because I just want to make this an easy example. So I'm going to click Save. So they owe $199. I am going to receive their payment. Sample customer, $199. That invoice, save and close. So now I'm going to create the credit memo. So customers, create credit memos. Sample customer, blueprint. The difference between this example and the one I just gave you is that I want to pretend that I've retained it as a credit, basically that I didn't refund the money right away, so that way I can show you how to refund it later. So click on the blue OK. Now when I look at sample customer in my customer list or customer center, when I go to sample customer, I see a credit memo for $199, and I know that I want to refund this credit memo to my client, that I held it, but it turns out they just want to check back and then they'll buy from me later if they choose. So I'm opening up the credit memo by double clicking, and then I'm in the upper right hand corner. I'm going to click use credit to give refund, and it takes me back to the screen where I can print the check. So if I didn't originally print this check for some reason, this is how I can go back to it to print it later. So I fill in all this stuff, I click on OK, and now the credit memo has been refunded.